mipyun German snail vtuber, and today we're watching Ancient Roman Garum Revisited by Tasting History with Max Miller. Yippee, let's go! If you like my content, if this is not your first video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and come over to Twitch to watch me live. Let's go!
Have you ever asked yourself what would happen if I left 8 pounds of fish and 1 pound of salt to sit in a jar in the sun for 2 months?
I haven't! That sounds kind of awful. I know what garum is, actually. I've seen another video about it before. But yeah.
Well, of course you have. Well, the answer is you'd make garum, the fermented fish sauce of ancient Rome. So thank you to Factor for sponsoring this video as I make true fermented garum, this time on Tasting History.
Let's go!
So what exactly is garum? Well, one 7th century author, Isidore of Seville, said, "Garum is a salted liquid of fish, which formerly was made from the fish that the Greeks called garos. And although it is now made from an infinite variety of fish, it retains the original name that it had at its beginning."
Okay. I have so many questions about it because who thought of that? Right? Because keeping fish with a bunch of salt in the sun for weeks or months, that sounds awful, right? Why? That just sounds bad.
But I feel Isidora had never actually seen the product being made, because yes, it is a salted liquid of fish, but it's how you get to that product that is so interesting. Now, the Roman poet Marcus Manilius, he did write about the process of taking fish and salt and putting them in a terracotta vat and letting them ferment. And then, being a poet, he describes the end result in some flourishing language. "Their inward parts melt and issue forth as a stream of decomposition. Here a precious exudate flows out, which vomits up the flour of the gore, and mixed with salt balances taste in the mouth."
That sounds awful. Why is it so he literally mentions gore. That's actually gory, right? What the fuck? This guy was nuts, that's what I'm saying. I think so too. I don't know, man. I just think it's kind of insane.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to make. It's actually that stream of decomposition that I'm going for. And to make that, I needed to find a proper ancient recipe. Now, 3.5 years ago, shortly after I started this channel, I did a video on garum. In fact,
he looks so much younger because he doesn't have a beard. Oh my god, look. Oh shit.
I needed to find a proper ancient recipe. Now, 3.5 years ago, shortly after I started this channel,
Baby Max Miller.
I did a video on garum. In fact, it's how most people found this channel. It's why I made a t-shirt that says, "You had me at garum." But it was the beginning of the pandemic and I was living in a tiny little condo, so I wasn't about to ferment a bunch of fish in my condo because I'm not that crazy. So instead, I followed a recipe for quick garum, which did come from an ancient document called Geoponica, which is a treatise on farming. And the Geoponica also has some more traditional ways of making garum. The Bithynians make it thus. Take preferably small or large mendole, or if none, anchovy or scad or mackerel, and put them into a baker's bowl of the kind in which dough is kneaded. To 1 modius of fish, knead in 6 Italian pints of salt so that it is well mixed with the fish. Put it in an earthenware vessel and leave it uncovered in the sun for 2 or 3 months, occasionally stirring with a stick, then take the fluid, cover, and store.
Dude, I think that's probably the worst job if you have to stir it, right? I can imagine. I don't know. I'm not really sure how it smells in the end, but in between it must definitely smell really, really bad, right? Because I feel like maybe in the end it doesn't smell as bad anymore because maybe the smells are gone or something. Because I don't know. Fermenting works in silly ways sometimes, I feel like, right? I'm not sure. Months is crazy, right? Because at that point it's not really fish anymore. Cooking stew idea, I'm not gonna do this. I'm sorry.
And that is what I am doing. Also, I really have to thank culinary historian Sally Granger for helping me through the process and ensuring that I don't poison myself at the end of this episode. So for this recipe, all you need is fish and salt, but it's the ratio that is so important. 1 modius of fish to 6 Italian pints of salt. Unfortunately, it's hard to buy fish by the modius these days, but it comes out to be an 8-to-1 ratio, or 12.5% salinity at the end of the process. Or 12.5% salinity at the end of the process. And it's
that's less than I thought, to be honest. I thought they would add a lot more than that.
Important to hit that because that's going to kill pretty much all of the bad bacteria that you don't want in this condiment. Now, most modern fish sauces have even a higher salinity, 25 to 35% in some cases, but I'm going to go with the ancient Roman percentages. Do not make this. Leave this to me. Watch and be satisfied with this. Do not make it. But if you do...
Why not? Is it bad? Is it going to be bad? What do you use it for? What do you use it for? I'm not even sure. Is it just like... is it just a sauce that you put on, I don't know, pasta? What the heck? Oh, Hanakyo! Hello!
Leave this to me. Watch and be satisfied with this. Do not make it. But if you do want to try garum, I will put links to where you can get certain modern versions of garum that are made. Definitely not poisonous. It's what I use here on the channel very often. So I'll put links to that down there. But this version... leave it to me.
I don't know. I wonder how, I feel like it, if you make it yourself, it's very easy. I feel like, I don't know. I would be too scared to make it myself. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I would mess it up. Is this perfume? Yeah, you should put it on your skin. You think he's better than us? I'm definitely making it. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I kind of trust his judgment on this one. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
So first, I went to my local fish market to buy the freshest fish that I could find. They didn't have the suggested mendole or scad or anchovy, but they did have mackerel, so that's what I ended up getting. 8 pounds of it, and then 1 pound of the finest Italian sea salt that I could find. Then I chopped up the fish into large pieces. What I did not do is clean the fish, gut the fish, because you want the enzymes that are in the digestive tract of the fish to be in the jar, because that's actually what's going to do a lot of the breaking down for you.
So you want it to be, okay, but that's even makes it even scarier if you don't want to wash it and stuff. But I mean, I guess he knows what he's doing, right? Right, guys? You want the gooey bits and the nasty bits.
So I chopped up the fish and started to add them to the jar along with the salt. And I wanted to make sure that the salt was rubbed into each piece of fish before dropping it in.
Dude, imagine how his hands smelled after this. Oh, nah.
Now I'm using a glass jar because I want to see the process as it goes, but more historical would be a terracotta jar of some sort. Once the fish and salt were added, I gave it a good plunging or two to make sure that everything was mixed together. What I did not add was any kind of liquid, so it's actually kind of hard to get it mixed together without liquid. Then I set it out in the sun, and I did cover mine because I didn't want any critters getting into it. We got raccoons, but I was opening the...
Dude, raccoons are gonna fawn over that shit, right? Because raccoons love the stinky stuff, right? They do. Fish is still fresh now, so it doesn't stink that much yet. I guess it depends. I guess, but it's still fish smell, right? I don't know.
Because I didn't want any critters getting into it. We got raccoons, but I was opening the jar several times a day to make sure that enough oxygen was getting in, which helps to stop botulism. Now, before I said all that you needed was fish and salt, but really you also need a third ingredient, and that is time. Specifically time out in the sun. At least 2 months out in the sun. So if you're looking for something that's not going to take 2 months, might I suggest a meal from today's sponsor, Factor.
Ooh.
Factor delivers fresh, never frozen meals right to your door, and they are fully prepared. Now, I love to cook, obviously, and I've used HelloFresh for a long time, but HelloFresh, which now owns Factor, knows that sometimes you don't have time to cook at all. So they have Factor to deliver fully prepared meals to your door, and I've actually been using them for years, long before I started tasting history. When I was working a job where I actually had to leave the house, I would bring Factor meals to lunch every single day pretty much. Because they're never frozen, they just take a couple minutes to heat up either in the microwave or just a few minutes in the oven. And they have loads of options, over 35 different selections every single week. And they have options that are meat and pescatarian, keto, vegetarian, they got it all. So to give Factor a try, go to factor75.com or click the link in the description and use my code TASTINGHISTORY50 to get 50% off of your first Factor box. That's 50% using TASTINGHISTORY50 at factor75.com. Now, while Factor may offer you a meal in an instant, the same cannot be said for Garum, because, like I said, it takes 2 months, but it is an active 2 months.
Active?
The day after I set the jar out, I got to mixing. And
Do you have, oh my god, you have to mix it every day. But that makes it even worse. I feel like if it was 2 months and you don't do anything to it, that's like, right? Then it's okay, whatever. But you have to go every day and stir it and stuff.
The first thing that I noticed was there was a lot more liquid.
The eyes! Look at the, oh my god! No!
To mixing. And the first thing that I noticed was there was a lot more liquid. It
Yeah.
turns out that the salt that is added by osmosis draws the liquid out of the fish's flesh, and so it became a lot easier to stir even by day 2. And every day I would go out at least once, preferably twice a day, and mix the garum. And within just 4 or 5 days, I noticed that the fish really started to break down.
Dude, that is straight up slop. Look at this color. This is slop color, you guys. What the fuck? Oh my god. No, Joel. It is Joel. No. Oh, sewage. Yeah, basically. Oh god. Sorry.
Fins were falling off, bones were sticking out. It was something out of a horror film. But
Yeah.
it wasn't until a little bit later, about at the 2.5 week mark, that the fish were no longer recognizable as fish. There were still some bones, yes, but overall it was a thick brownish gray liquid that had a golden sheen of fat floating on top.
Is this what happens to us after we die? We just disintegrate? And if someone put us into like a bunch of salt, we would get into soup? We would become soup? Oh my god. Yeah, right? That's the thing, right? Who invented it? Was it a lost bet? Was it by chance? Or did the person just think, oh yeah, I don't know. The person was actually insane? I don't know. Even faster without salt. Oh my god.
Something reminiscent of a liquid that you'd see flowing out of a sewer pipe.
Yes.
Now, does that look nasty? Yes, it
Yes.
does. But what was shocking was the odor, or rather lack thereof. It did smell. It had a very strong smell, but it smelled like a fish market. If you go to a fish market, you just kind of get that fish smell. That's what it smelled like pretty much all the way through the process. I
mean, that's not too bad, I guess. I don't know why. I feel like you guys, you've heard about what was it called? I keep forgetting the name. Surströmming, right? The Swedish canned fish, and that's supposed to smell really, really bad. And I thought it was gonna be more like that, but fish market is not too bad, I don't think. Yeah.
That fish smell, that's what it smelled like pretty much all the way through the process. I expected it to be putrid and kind of rotten smelling, but it wasn't. One of my favorite things to do all summer was to invite friends over to look at the garum and to smell it. And, you know, it was always kind of shocking that it didn't smell nearly as bad as it looked. Though there were actually laws in ancient Rome that dictated that these garum factories had to be a certain distance from population centers because the smell was so bad. So I was a little worried that I was missing something, but we'll come back to that.
That's so silly. He thought it wasn't like working out because it wasn't smelling bad enough. But to be fair, if it's a whole factory, which by the way, what do you mean a factory? There's a market for this. There is an actual market for this. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, about the factory, I guess, you know, that's a much bigger volume, so it makes sense that that's gonna smell a lot worse.
So my summer was spent mixing garum every morning and every afternoon. I felt like the Dunkin' Donuts guy. Time to mix the garum. And every day it got a little more liquidy and a little less fish sludgy, and every day I expected the stench to hit, but it didn't until it came time to strain it. After a little over 2 months, I dipped a ladle in to pull out the brown sludge, and the moment that it came above the jar, tears welled up in my eyes.
Flames on the side of my face.
And I knew right away why there were laws about this being made away from towns. Because it was potent. Now, it didn't smell like rotten fish. It was like stinging, like that stinging burn in the nostrils when you smell something fermented.
Oh my god.
So I think that I knew that I had done something right. So I
mean, that's good, I guess. But also, nah, you guys, I think that's like one reason why I wouldn't like to do it. You know when you took like a while to take out your trash, and then your trash kind of starts rotting and stuff, and you also get like the liquid inside your trash can, and sometimes it leaks, and then it also smells really bad. Yeah, I hate when that happens. I don't know, I'm kind of, the bin juice. I always, oh god. Well, I remember one distinct time where it was so bad for me that I actually, I couldn't stand it.
Soldiered on. I had put in 2 months of work and I wasn't about to give up, so I kept going. What I didn't understand was how possibly that brown-gray sludge was going to turn into the beautiful, clear, amber-colored liquid that liquamen, which is the end product that we're making, is supposed to be like.
That's a way too nice name for that. That's such a pretty name. Liquamen. It also kind of sounds like ligma. Ligmamen. Oh.
Now for the straining, the Geoponica says, a deep, close-woven basket is inserted into the center of the jar containing these fish, and the liquid flows into the basket, and so liquamen is obtained, filtered through the basket.
It literally
and I suppose
does,
if you
you
have a
guys.
really close-woven basket, you could do it in one step. I'm not exactly sure how, with all the sludge and everything, but maybe, but I ended up having to do it a few times, and I tried a few different mediums. I started with just a regular mesh strainer, and then...
You guys, look at his face. Look at his face. This is the man who regrets his decisions. Oh, it was so bad. He has to work with it for like a bit, right? And then it's gonna smell bad the whole time.
And graduated to several layers of cheesecloth, and it strained out most of the big pieces, and it became kind of this fish paste.
The smile. No, I don't. He's smiling through the pain.
And it strained out most of the big
I believe.
pieces, and
It's okay, it's over soon. Right, yeah, cleaning those things is also gonna be so nasty. Oh, yeah, right, just burn them, just throw them away. Oh god.
it became kind of this fish paste, which is known as alec, which they actually used culinarily as well. But the liquid that was left behind was still really cloudy, and it just didn't look like something I wanted to put in my body. So I graduated to a coffee filter, and then finally, and probably most useful, finely woven muslin. And I passed it through that a few times, and it came through painfully slow, just drops. But what came out was indeed the clear amber-colored liquid that I was hoping to get.
But like, did he have all of those things, or did he have to order them?
And while I strain enough to actually get a taste, let me tell you a little bit more about the history of garum.
Yay!
So as I mentioned, I have already done a video talking about the history of garum way back when I started the channel before I had a beard. Truly, tasting history is...
Wait, I thought I was just being silly by noticing, but he looks more like it's his brother or something, like his younger brother. I don't know. Right? Do you see me? Do you see what I mean?
Of garum way back when I started the channel before I had a beard. Truly, tasting history is the house that Garum built. But since then, I have found so much more new information. So while some of this may overlap with that original video, most everything is actually new information.
Yippee!
So why garum? Why were the ancient Romans and the ancient Greeks just obsessed with this fish sauce? The answer is salt. Salt was used very often as a preservative, but very rarely was it mentioned as an ingredient in food.
I'm so confused. Why are there birds and eggs? Wait, this is the one Pokemon! I don't know the name. I forgot the name. The egg Pokemon, you know? It's literally that.
But being human, they still loved that salty taste. As Pliny the Elder says, in innumerable seasonings, it is the taste of salt that predominates, and it is looked for when we eat garum. So it was just a different, more complex way of salting your food. Even today, many Asian countries still produce fish sauce for just that reason.
I mean, I have had like Asian fish sauce before. I don't know. Is garum? I guess is it like similar? I wonder. That's what I wonder. Because I know what that's being used for. I don't know.
And not only fish, but also soy sauce. It's the same idea. A way to add a saltiness, umami-ish, is that a word? Umami-ish flavor to your food. It's just so much more complex than just adding salt. In fact, when it comes...
I don't know. I find the thought of fermenting soybeans a lot nicer than the thought of fermenting fish. You get me? I feel like, I guess it's because, you know, I don't know. Cause like, I guess it's because of fish being kind of nasty and stuff. Cause it's all their guts. It's all the guts disintegrating and stuff.
To soy sauce, it's likely that it was used as a vegetarian alternative to a Japanese fish sauce called gyosho. It could be made with all sorts of fish, but the most prized versions were actually made from squid. And it turns out that garum too could be made with seafood other than fish. Garum could also be flavored with different herbs like oregano. There's actually a recipe attributed to Gargilius Martialis which calls for layers of salt and fish and herbs, though even he lived in the 3rd century, but it's likely that the recipe was altered much, much later because it mentions spices as well, like cinnamon and clove. And that...
What is that? Is that the cinnamon? That's some big cinnamon. What? Big cinnamon rolls? Is it? Or it looks like bamboo pasta? I don't know. Takis. Whatever it's supposed to be, it looks so huge. You know what I mean?
Much later because it mentions spices as well, like cinnamon and clove. And that recipe also says to let it rest for 7 days in the sun, then mix the sauce daily for 20 days. After that time, it becomes a liquid. And I gotta say, I don't really think that's long enough, but who knows? I haven't tried it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, back then, I guess they couldn't really tell when the bacteria's gone, right? Like, back then, did they even know about it potentially being dangerous? Did they know? I mean, I guess they had to at some point because it's a lot of try and error, right? And if someone gets like stomach ache and stuff like that, or maybe someone died, maybe someone died because the garum wasn't good. You know what I mean? Yeah, I guess they just didn't know it was bacteria, right? Yeah.
Now, what I am trying today is a homemade garum, which is good, but it's not the best. The ancients write about what is the best garum, and it was called Garum sociorum, or garum of allies, garum of friends. And it was made from all
cute.
mackerel that came from southern Spain and northern Africa. Nowadays, the most prized garum is made from mackerel in the fisheries of Carthage. It is called sociorum. 1,000 sesterces are paid for 2 congi of this exquisite liquor. Hardly any other liquid other than perfumes command such a price.
What? Okay. I mean, I guess it is like, it involves a lot of labor, I suppose.
Marcus Apicius thought it especially desirable for mullets to be drowned in a bath of garum sociorum.
What?
But it was this garum sociorum that the poet Martial suggested as a wonderful gift to be given during the mid-December festival of Saturnalia, which celebrated the agricultural god Saturn and included gift-giving. And he says that when you send this gift, you should include an epigram. Accept this exquisite garum made from the first blood spilt of mackerel still breathing its last. An expensive gift.
Made from the first blood spilled of mackerel, still breathing its last. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Those are a sociopath's words. I'm sorry, but who talks like that? Who says come on. What the fuck?
Though I don't think it's very classy to tell people that it's an expensive gift when you give it. But it was an expensive gift because Pliny said that it was 1,000 sesterces for 2 congi. That's about 1 year's pay for the average Roman legionary at the time. That's a lot of money, and not everyone could afford that. Luckily, Martial has an epigram to be sent if you're sending less quality garum. Inferior garum. I confess it, the offspring of the tunny fish of Antipolis. Had I been that of a mackerel, I should not have been sent to you. Now, that makes it seem that you sent this inferior garum not because you couldn't afford the garum sociorum, but rather if you had got the good garum, you would have kept it for yourself. Yet even while garum was prized, some calling it the most noble of liquors, its pungency made it for an easy punching bag for the ancient Roman authors. Martial has an epigram about the eating habits of his friend Boeticus. Neither mullet, Boeticus, nor turtle dove delights you, nor is hare ever acceptable to you, or wild boar, nor do sweet meats please you, or slices of cake. Instead, you devour capers and onions swimming in disgusting garum, and the soft part of a gammon of bacon whose freshness is questionable. I suspect that there must be some other more secret vice in your stomach, for why, Boeticus, do you eat such disgusting things?
I wonder if that's like a thing, if it's just like a rich people thing, you know what I mean? Like maybe they just eat it because it's expensive, you know, it's just like a status kind of thing, if you get me, you know, nowadays, if you're rich, you buy a Rolex, and then back then, you ate garum, I guess. Yeah, they were posers. Like, the other food is not expensive enough for them, so they have to eat the expensive food, even though it's disgusting. Yeah, or like caviar. Although I know some people do like caviar, to be fair. I guess, I don't know. I'm walking with the rotten fish. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Though my favorite of his garum-deriding epigrams is to his friend Flaccus. You are a man of iron, Flaccus, if you are able to make love to a woman after she has had 6 helpings of garum.
Whoa! Wait, that's so fun. That's fire. What the fuck? Oh my god. Wait, did you guys get that? Did you guys get that?
Garum deriding epigrams is to his friend Flaccus. You are a man of iron, Flaccus, if you are able to make love to a woman after she has had 6 helpings of garum. Garum was so potent that sometimes even animals shied away. Columella, in his treatise on agriculture, wrote, "Great care must be taken by the man in charge who feeds the bees when he must handle the hives, that the day before he has abstained from sexual relations and garum and all the liquids which accompany it." But
What? Okay, I didn't get this one. I didn't get this one very well. When he must handle the man in charge to get the day before he has... Okay.
from sexual relations and garum
Okay.
and all the liquids which accompany it. But while the ancient writers love to poke fun at garum, it's clear that they also love the stuff because they're always talking about where the best garum came from. Some said that it came from the Black Sea, others from what is now Spain. But when
Bees want to kill sex. That's what I'm saying. What does... How is the... I don't understand the correlation between any of those things.
came from. Some said that it came from the Black Sea, others from what is now Spain. But one of the most famous garum-producing cities was actually Pompeii, and we even know the name of one of the top manufacturers who lived there, Aulus Scaurus. Bottles with his mark on them are found all over the Mediterranean, and a full 1/3 of the garum bottles found in the sites of Pompeii and Herculaneum came from him. It's also from his workshop that there was found a famous mosaic that bears a label which translates to the flower of garum, made of the mackerel, a product of Scaurus, from the shop of Scaurus. Though he also offered a product called the flower of liquamen, which would infer that at that time, garum and liquamen were 2 different things. Now, throughout history, the terms sometimes have been used synonymously, but by the early empire, it does seem that they were slightly different products. It's possible that liquamen referred to what we're making today, and then garum was made with more of the blood and viscera of fish, and so it was a darker color and more pungent, but it's not exactly certain. And
Okay. I mean, to be fair, they did have like a lot of different recipes, right? And back then, the internet wasn't a thing. So I guess like the same words for different things, or like, you know, they have like, maybe in some areas, they have they're like different. It's like, yeah. Delicious. I mean, either way, you know, it's still the same principle.
As time goes on, other words begin to pop up that are referring to this same fish sauce. Around the year 390, the Roman poet Ausonius wrote to his student thanking him for a gift of some fish sauce from Barcelona. He says that it's called muria, but complains that the term muria is hard for him to pronounce and that he prefers the older term garum. But by whatever name that liquor of allies is called, I'll flood my plate. This juice, too little used by our forefathers, must overflow the spoon.
Dude, bro was really into it. Why? Huh? He really loved that stuff. He really loved that shit, huh?
And when he says too little used by our forefathers, he surely isn't meaning those people who lived during the Roman Republic and early empire, because garum was everywhere. But by the end of the 2nd century, garum factories had begun to dwindle in the Roman Empire.
You guys! I've visited a place like this before. Oh god, I wonder if that was also garum factories. Where was that? I think it was near Rome. I visited Rome with my parents, alright? And then near Rome was like this, there was like this how is it called? Like a bunch of ruins. Also pretty similar to this, right? That it was so cool. It was so cool to like walk over that and like explore and look around. Ostia, I think it might have been. It was a while ago, but it was a lot of fun. I still have pictures of that. Ostia was also garum hub. I feel like it could be, because Ostia, that sounds familiar. It does sound familiar, so I'm just saying, maybe it was this place. or you know, it was a garum place, and I didn't even know at that time.
Century, garum factories had begun to dwindle in the Roman Empire. People probably began having to make it at home or not use it at all as an ingredient. But by the end of the Roman Empire, we see it mostly being used as a medicine. It's found in numerous medical texts going back for centuries, and it could be used to heal burns.
What the fuck? Sorry. Oh no. Oh no.
Cure ulcers, and even treat the bites.
Wait, are you sure?
Mostly being used as a medicine. It's found in numerous medical texts going back for centuries, and it could be used to heal burns, cure ulcers, and even treat the bites of dogs and crocodiles.
Did it actually work? Are you... Did that work? Because I cannot imagine. What?
And if you're feeling a little backed up, garum was a go-to laxative. Again, the bowel...
That I can imagine. Yeah, that I can imagine, but nah, no way it cures your wounds or even helps. Isn't it like, it's literally a saying, you're not supposed to pour salt in your wound, right? Because that makes things worse.
are moved by leavened bread, fat small birds, snails, garum, pickled fish, and about...
Snail mention! So you're saying snails are also a laxative? So you're saying if you eat snails, that makes you poop more? Okay. Okay, sure. Oh no. Oh god.
50 other things.
Yes, welcome first time chatters. I'll welcome you better after the reaction.
Now, Columella says that if your horse is having too much phlegm, then pouring some garum into the horse's nostril will help to alleviate that problem.
Oh my
Garum
god.
neti pot. Ugh. The first century physician Dioscorides really fanboyed over the stuff, saying that it could treat all sorts of things. If you had sores in your mouth, you could swish garum around and it would fix them. And garum applied represses gangrenous ulcers in the cheeks, heals those bitten by dogs, and is sometimes given as a suppository for dysentery and sciatica.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but yeah, the poor horses. Oh no.
Fortunately for me, this is tasting history, so a garum suppository is not in my future.
Yes, supposedly it fixes everything, apparently. Which, I don't know. I don't know.
For me, this is tasting history, so a garum suppository is not in my future.
Okay.
But I will be tasting the stuff. So
Yes.
after many hours,
yes.
all weekend actually, I had finally strained enough liquid to fill a full bottle of liquamen, or garum, the fish sauce of ancient Rome. Now I'm going to taste this garum just plain, but that's not how it would have been eaten. It's meant to be an ingredient. Sometimes it would be made into different sauces. It would be mixed with vinegar to make oxygarum, or oinigarum, which was mixing it with wine. That was a very common way of having it, or else just mixed into like a marinade or something.
I mean, that makes sense, because that's how, like, Asian fish sauce is used as well, right? That makes sense.
Else, but I'm just having it plain.
Oh! Okay. Should I just try Asian fish sauce plain right now? To, like, you know, because I kind of want to compare. Because I've never... I've never tried that, because... Yeah, should I? Yeah, it's solidarity. Wait, let me get it real quick, alright? In solidarity. Okay, so I have Asian fish sauce. I think this is Thai. Yes, this is from Thailand. This one's from Thailand, so okay, let's see his first though. Let's see his first.
So it smells fishy yet sweet and briny.
Okay.
Interesting. Let's give it a try.
Okay, Thai fish sauce smells like fish flakes. I know this is a stupid comparison, but I actually, okay, so we used to have an aquarium when I was a kid. So, of course, we also had like fish flakes, right, for them to eat. But sometimes I would, take a little, and eat them. They were pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I like the fish flakes, okay?
Just a spoonful of garum makes the breakfast come up. Hopefully not on camera.
Do I have a spoon here?
Wish me
Oh, I
luck.
do.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that's very, very different than the other garum. So I've had this before.
Whoa.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to kiss me after that. That is potent.
Wait, I want to try my fish sauce first. Oh. Okay, there's a reason why you don't drink this raw. It's just very salty. Honestly, the Asian fish sauce, the Thai fish sauce I got here, it's just pretty salty, I'm not gonna lie. It's not, I mean, a little bit vinegary. It has like a bit of a vinegar taste as well. A bit of an acidy taste. But mostly it's salty. It doesn't taste as much like fish as it smells. Yeah, that's my verdict on the Thai fish sauce. But let's see the garum.
So I've had this before. Yeah, you wouldn't want to kiss me after that. That is potent. But it's almost got some spice to it, like a little burn in a good way. And it's not fishy. It's
Yeah!
meaty. And it's kind
I wouldn't say the one I have is meaty, but yeah, it's I don't know. Welcome in, Froggy and Shaky Banana. Thank you, Shaky Banana, for the gift subs. Yeah, first time Giga Chat, first time chatter. He's selling it. I want some. Is he though? I don't know.
it feels not acidic. It's pungent. It's just like, and it kind of draws all of the liquid out of your mouth, kind of mouth drying. There's a word for that. I can't remember what it is, but that's what it's doing. Now, what's
I don't know if I felt, maybe a little bit, but mostly because it was pretty salty. The one I had, I don't know.
really interesting is it is not nearly as salty as the other types of garum that I've had, or any East Asian fish sauce or soy sauce, which are really, really salty. This has a mild saltiness. So you're actually getting more flavor than the saltiness, which is interesting. Now, had this garum gone off, I'm not exactly sure how you know if it's gone off, but Apicius says that if your garum has gone off, he has a recipe to fix it, to make it good garum again. To correct garum, if the garum develops a bad odor, invert an empty container, smoke it with burning bay and cypress wood, then pour in it the garum that has previously been exposed to the air. If it is too salty, add a sextarius of honey and stir, and it will be adjusted. But fresh must also provides the same result.
Really? Okay. That sounds kind of fancy though, smoking it with burning bay and stuff. I don't know. Honey. Adding honey to it.
Now, if you are cooking from Apicius, who was the major ancient Roman cooking author that we still have works from, you need garum or liquamen because it's in almost every single recipe that he has. It's in all of the sauces that he mentions, and when people talk about garum being the ketchup of ancient Rome, it's actually those sauces that they're referring to. People weren't usually just eating the garum, but it's also in savory dishes and sweet dishes. There's even a dessert, patina of pears, that's a sweet dish that uses fish sauce. And I included it in my cookbook, so I'll probably need to do an episode where I actually make it on the show.
Okay, wait, that's freaky. I guess it's kind of like a salted caramel situation, I suppose, but I don't know, fish and pears, fish and something sweet. Sweet fish in general, I've never had that. I've had like meat with honey, but fish, never.
Show. So thank you again for watching, and make sure to like and
Yay!
subscribe. It really does help out the
course.
channel, and I will see you next time on Tasting History.
Of course. Oh, all right. But yeah, awesome video. Ancient recipe cooking stream when. Oh, I should actually do that. I should really do that. I wanna, not gonna lie. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and sub, and of course also check out the original video and leave a subscribe for Max Miller. All right, and yeah, come over to Twitch to watch me live, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye YouTube, bye.